Welcome to the April 25th, 2022 Advance Report for McGowan Group clients and NetWorthRadio.com listeners. I'm Spencer McGowan, your financial weatherman, with your weekly fast-paced tour of the financial markets. I'm President, McGowan Group Asset Management, a team of 9 wealth management professionals dedicated to your success as an investor, and this YouTube is proof as we compile proprietary research from Bloomberg and other sources that you just can't get anywhere else. And this week has a huge explanation for the path ahead and the opportunities over the next 6 months. It is a tale of two markets. Two completely different sectors of the market have just bifurcated, and I'm going to cover that, and it does have to do with the Federal Reserve and the tightening cycle where we are now. So this is the Dow Jones Industrial Average as a one-year chart going all the way back to April last year. You could see the Dow is about where it was a year ago. The change from the peak is about a -7%. This week's correction was primarily centered on tech. And so that market, obviously much different from another market that we're going to cover, and the implications for the future. We'll get to that as we go through the charts and graphs. The NASDAQ down 17% so far this year. A big sell-off started on Thursday. What gives? Thursday, boom, the Dow was at 35,500 and lickety split. It's already fallen by about 1,200 points. What happened? Well, part of it we forecasted just about 2 weeks ago, and that is the T-bill, the rate on the 90-day Treasury, went to 0.75%, telling you the Fed's likely to raise the cash rates by 0.5%. That causes institutional delevering, and you're about to see where they were delevering. Now, this is commodities. This market, obviously a happy market if you have assets that are commodity-based. Well, you've doubled the price of commodities, corn and wheat, obviously the energy side too, and that is the inflation that you see here. Well, when prices get high, people tend to make more of this stuff if they're able to do it, and other people cut back on using it. Now, food's not so easy, but it says, how far does inflation go? March annualized at 15% inflation. So the month of March, if you take it to the 12th power, you're looking at a 15% current rate, which was the peak. And I'm going to show you what the peak looked like back in 1978 through 1983. It's an important chart that I'll wrap up with. All right, here we see where the pain is being felt. Now, this is a one-year chart, and you can see it is not happy here. As a matter of fact, Netflix is down 68% from its peak. Facebook is down 50% from its peak, and the FANG stocks also included Starbucks for some reason. It's down 37%. So what was working, especially things like Netflix and Facebook, which benefited from everybody being in the pandemic, well, those have collapsed. People are traveling more. American Airlines is up 13% for the year as travel is soaring. Well, in this case, you can see the collapse in the technology side, and that's a lot of the delevering. We had said the multiples were way overpriced for a lot of the growth stocks, and this is not apparently over yet. Top 10, bottom 10 performers. I wanted to show you the last 90 days and hit some high points. Nucor, obviously metals and steel doing well. Occidental Petroleum, Marathon Oil, Halliburton. You can see the trend here. Energy dominating in the top 10, bottom 10 over the last 90 days. Ford actually taking it on the chin the last 90 days, minus 24%. Etsy down big as well. There's Facebook, Netflix, and PayPal. Obviously the old tech guard just being taken to the woodshed, and a lot of that is delevering from the major trading houses because it's going to cost more to borrow. The Fed meeting is May 4th. May 2nd could be a buying opportunity for some of the things that are beat down, We like the high yield bond funds. If they get to a big enough discount, that's one of our targets, and you can see some of the others as we go through here. On the energy sector, 1 year total return from the S&P energy sector is 73%. That's huge, and it's about 40% year to date. The profits coming in so big that they're raising the dividends in many cases. That sector obviously favored. Notice it is a tale of two markets, and those are the types of insights why people subscribe to YouTube McGowan Group, to help you make great decisions in the year ahead. What happened 1978 through 1982? The last time inflation spiked all the way to 15% for the trailing year. Well, we're going to look at what the equity markets did over that time period. 1978, up almost 3%, up over 12% in 79. Now notice this big run right here. You actually had 25% the next year before a collapse of about 30% from the peak to trough. The year turned out to be a -10. Well, that was the tightening cycle, which did not begin in time, and the Fed's taking early action. This will create some bargains, but I'm not projecting a 30% decline in the S&P. As a matter of fact, you've been flat for a year, which is a type of correction. The earnings reports came in so far. 20% of the S&P companies are saying right now their earnings have flattened out. So you have to be very careful to pick your spots and make sure that you get cash flow. Well, and then a 15% gain. So the S&P, the total return here is actually quite positive, with a buying opportunity created by the Fed tightening. And that was the last inflation cycle. Inflation, the Fed thinks, is going to go back down for the rest of the year. And at some point, if they pause and we've gathered the right bargains, that could produce a great 2022. We would love to help you. Schedule your time to update your plan with the team that cares. Simply go to networthradio.com and be sure to subscribe to the Apple Podcast for Net Worth Radio for the extended version of the program. Thank you for tuning in to YouTube McGowan Group. Thank you for tuning in to Net Worth Media today, and our efforts over the past 2 decades to educate clients and help clients make great decisions. That's the reason that we're here at YouTube McGowan Group, Apple Podcasts, Net Worth Radio, and networthradio.com. The Net Worth Media effort is designed to help you make great decisions and address value at risk of loss, fluctuation in the markets. Remember, if we talk about a security, doesn't make it a recommendation until you come down and get a plan from McGowan Group Asset Management, the team that cares. You can set a Zoom meeting or an in-office meeting at the Crescent, and we'll give you a written plan that encompasses what we believe to be the best allocations. This is a team of 10 devoted to you. That includes the research that you see each week from Reuters, from Bloomberg, and from the best sources. We always post links at networthradio.com for what we believe can help you make great decisions, the research that comes up. Now, the Net Worth Media effort is also designed to address cycles in the market, value at risk of loss. At networthradio.com, you can get the ADV form that shows, yes, we're a fiduciary, a registered investment advisor. It covers the costs of hiring our team to help you in the future ahead. It really helps to have an expert team on your side that you can reach by phone, email, and of course, a team that's here for you every week to address what's going on in the markets, because anxiety can often lead investors to make decisions that are either dangerous, chasing things, or selling things when they shouldn't. And that's a big part of our planning effort at McGowan Group Asset Management. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to serving you and your family in the years ahead.